Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtivada. In this video, we will learn about CSS grid system and its example. So let's see what we are learning in this video. Here, we focus on how to design and outline the UI for LinkedIn using a grid system. We'll focus only on the outlining of that LinkedIn UI, but not entire UI replication. So we are not doing entire replication of this UI, just we'll do the outline. So outline in the sense how this has been decided. If you see on the top you have a header, on the sidebar you have some card, and in the middle you have some content, and on the right side you have some other content. So now in this way we will try to divide each and every content into different boxes, and that is how we will achieve by using grid system. So now let me go into the Visual Studio Code. Here what I'll do is I'll create a div, and inside this div I'll make it as container. So let me use container. Let me use a container, and let me write this container with two divisions. Actually speaking, you have one division on the top, and this is the remaining content. So what we'll do is just I'll create a div inside this, and this is our header. Let me mark it as header. As it is a header, I'm just using header so that it will be a semantic tag. So let me go into the CSS, and first I'll write something like header. So for header I'm writing whole CSS, and let me use some set of CSS. So let me use a background color as light gray, and let me save this, and I'm just making a height of 200, or just go with the 150 pixel of height, and I'm using a padding of 300 pixel, and save this. Now go here, and just you can see there is a height of 150 pixel. It's very high, so let me go with 50 pixel of height, save this and refresh. So now you are getting whole content, but we have to write for the header. So let me go here, it's a header, and let me inspect this. Let's see what's the problem here. Okay, the padding it is showing as 300. Actually speaking, 30 pixel is enough. Or let me go here and just make it as 0 pixel from top and bottom, and right and left I'll make it as 150 pixel, and save this. Now let me apply some set of border, and if you see here you have a space on the top, so let me remove that. For every HTML content, by default the body will have some set of padding and margin. Let me make padding as 0 and also margin as 0. So let me save this. Now you can see the header. Now this header, what we have to do is you can either divide this header into three parts, or just use a padding on the left and right, and you will be getting this main content. So let me go here, and let me show you that by using a border. So let me use a border of 1 pixel solid, and I'll use something like black, and save this. Now you can see a black border for whole content, and what we'll do is we'll try to apply some set of content over here. So let me add some paragraph like this is my header, and save this. Now you can see this is my header. It started exactly here. That means it took a space of this, and it took a space of this. So if you just inspect this, let me show you that the header is only this blue color content, and remaining is a padding. Now what I want to do is I want to create one more div, and this is my main, or just you can say that main content, and this main content is divided into three parts. If you see the layout, so this is a main content. It is layouted in a way like you can divide this one space as empty, and you can fill this, and this is some content, and there is some content, and you can fill this as well. So what you can do is either you can do in two ways. Let me make this as class as grid hyphen container. I'm making this as a grid container, and I can remove this. We are not using this. Now let me go and copy this grid container and put it over here, dot grid container, and this is like display of grid, and I want to give a template columns, that is a grid template column of 1 fr, 1 fr, and 3 fr. Let me go with one more fr. So I'm just trying to divide them into 5 columns. So first and last column will be empty, and this one you can use 1 column, 2 column, or and 3 column, or else you can do one more thing, like you can add a padding. So padding of 0 pixel and 150 pixel, and save this, and you can make only 3 of this. So something like 1 fr, 3 fr, and 1 fr, save this. Let me add a border for this. So let me see first the output. So let me go here, refresh, nothing happened, and you are not able to see any content. Let me create the divs. So this is my div, first div, that is like you can consider like a profile div. And let me copy this and put it over here. This is not the profile one. There's one more thing like main news feed, and let me copy the same thing and put it over here, and I'll add something like a right content on the right side. So let me go here and you can see profile div until here, main feeds till here, right content till here. Now what I'll do is I'll just try to add some sort of gap. So let me add a padding of 20 pixel on the top, and then I'll go with 10 pixel or 20 pixel on the top and bottom, and 150 pixel on the overall content. So now what I'll do is, just for our understanding, I'll give a gap as well. So column gap of 20 pixel and save this. Now we have a column gap of 20 pixel. Now each and every content, that is grid container greater than this div, I want to apply all the cases with border of 1 pixel solid black, just for our understanding, and save this. Go here, you can see all the border has been created. Now what I will do is I'll just add some set of border radius as well to create the cards. So let me go with the border radius of 100 pixel, or just go with 10 pixel and save this. You can see this is a profile div, this is a main news feed, and this is something like right content. And what I'll do is I'll add a complete grid container with a background color of black and save this. So this is black, and let me add a color of white as well, color white, and save this. Now you can see this is my profile div, and let me add some sort of background color for each and every content. So background color as gray, or let me use light gray, just to make it as very light. So you can either use a picker, or if you want you can write by your own SS. Go here and save this, go here, and you can see there is a profile div and all this content. Now let me make it a bit large. Save this, go here, and you can see the profile divs. And now what I want to do is, you have a profile div minimum of some set of height. For example, this one, if you are considering this, it has some set of height. And if you see here, it has two containers. One container is a profile information, and another container is where you can see the recent groups and events. So let me consider this as of 300 pixel. So this is again divided into grid. So let me give a div, and let me add this as a class of left container, and let me go and copy this. I want to make two divisions for this left container and save this. Now this is also a div with two divisions, and one is profile info and recent activities. So save this. Now go here and you can see profile info and recent activities. So I'm doing a nested grid system now. So let me add a display grid, and I want to make it as grid template column as 1 fr, and let me add a row gap of 10 pixel and save this. Now you can see this, there is no gap between this, so let me add a gap as well. So now I'll add something like 20 pixel and save this, and this is my grid 1 and 2. Let me go here and let me inspect this. So you have a grid system and you have a gap as well, but if you see, we are applying some sort of background color. So let me divide this background color as well. So whenever you have a gap, then that background color should be black. Save this, refresh. When you want to give a background color, so you have to give in a different manner. How I can give that? So everything is a black color, so I can use something like dot left. So if you see the inspect, you have a grid and there is a gap between this, but it is showing a background as gray color. So how we can remove this? So for example, this is whole gray color, and this is also a gray color, but actually the gray color should apply only for these two. So now what I will do is, instead of applying background color for a div container, I'll apply individually. So let me apply here as a background color and refresh. Now let me close this, we got a background color again here, and let me go here, and this is my left container. So we are applying for left container, but we should apply individually for each and every div. So let me go here, I'll do left container with a div, and I'll apply this background color. Let me go here and refresh. Now you can see there is a background color for profile info and recent activities. So now what I'll do is inside this left container, and I'll go with greater than div and nth child of first. So for the first child, I'm giving a minimum height of 300 pixel, and I'll go with the second child, which is of, again, the second one is of 400 pixel. Let me consider like this. So you got a profile info and recent activities, and you can even apply the radius. So let me apply a border radius of 30 pixel. Save this, and now you got a 30 pixel radius, but it is very big. So let me go with 20 pixel of radius, and let me add a padding of 30 pixel and save this. Now you can see a profile info and recent activity. So we are done with the left container. Now the main feed, we have the main feed. Let me go with the main feed, and here inside the main feed, I don't want to make any of the grid system. So here the main div is, it doesn't need any of the grid system. So I'll apply some set of classes for this. So this is a main one. Main has a grid container, and if you see the grid container, it is a second child. So directly you can apply on the grid system, and if it is of div with the nth child of 2, I want to apply some set of colors. So let me go with background color as gray, and border radius, the same thing whatever we have here, I can apply here. Save this, and you can see the main div completely, the news feed will be appearing over here. And let me go here, and let me go into the index.html, and here we have again two boxes. One box is bigger and one box is smaller. Let me go here and apply the same thing. Like I have class right container, and here what I'll do is I'll make them as well into right container, that is something like news, and I have one more div which shows me the suggestions. So let me go with suggestions and save this. Now let me create a right container, and the right container is again a display of grid system, and template is of 1 fr, and I can give a row gap of 20 pixel if you want, and then let me save this. Now I want to apply some colors. Right container with a div of nth child of 1, that should have a background color of light gray. So I can get it from here and save this. Now for the nth child of 1 we got it, but I want to apply for all the divs. Let me remove this and go here. You can see applied for both the divs, and I want to apply some set of background padding of 30 pixel and save this. Now you can see there is a 30 pixel, and I want to apply a border radius, the same thing. Copy this, put it over here, save this. And you can see there is a news and the suggestion. Now the news feed is bigger one, but the suggestion is not this much big. So what I can do is I can apply right container with a div and nth child of second one. I will be giving a minimum height of 100 pixel and save this. Now you can see I gave a minimum height of 100 pixel, and it is applied on the right container for the second div, and you can go with this one. So now you can see all the content over here, and it looks the same layout like LinkedIn. And let me change the color of this. So header color, so header background color, I'll use the same color whatever we are using over here. Copy this and put it over here, save this. Now you got more dark, and let me remove this as well, border, and let me apply the same color for the border also. Save. And we are seeing some other things like color as white one, and save this. Now let me check the color of this. So let me go here, and what is the color over here? This is the color RBG color, and we are using the same. So both looks the same way. So this is how you can lay out your LinkedIn by using grid system. And inside this, if you want to divide some set of cards, then you can do that. If you see here, there are two cards mainly, one card and the second card. So this is the profile posting part, and these are something like a news feed. So that's how you can use your grid system, and you can develop some set of layouting and outlining. So outlining is very crucial whenever you are trying to develop a web page. So web page mainly happens, and the best practice will come up only by using a outlining part. So if you are seeing this main, so again we can change this. Instead of using a div, I can make it as a side, because this is a side menu that gives you the best practices. And if you see here, I am using this on this, copy paste, and then I can paste here, and I can paste here and save this. Now you can see the same output. So you can see a main container, and you can see the same output. And this is what the semantic approach. And here we have a header, and I have applied white, so it has been the same color. So that's how you can create your entire layout for your application. Hope that's it for this video. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you. In the upcoming video, we will talk about the media queries which we can use in our CSS. And that's it. We will try to wrap up all the CSS concepts, and then we'll jump onto the JavaScript concepts. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my video, like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.